Yeah, they just quieted down as I came on live. My son's neighbors upstairs been at it. They were gone maybe for some while earlier. They came back and was at it ever since. I don't know if they went to go purchase more goods for spells, or they just went shopping, or everything in between. Actually, let me see something. I don't know if at this point, like I said, for some of us in these situations, like some of these people are gonna be leaving and they're upset, or they feel like they're already done for anyway. So it's like, might as well go out with a bang. Like, it doesn't matter if they're leaving, so they're just gonna, you know, continue to do what they want to do, after office hours. But they're at the same old stuff, playing in my son's energy, playing in my energy. And I'm ignoring, to a degree, doing clearings and stuff like that, listening to frequencies, doing what I can do for now, okay, pertaining to, like I said, whatever is going on with this group or this person and why they're doing what they're doing. So, but I just thought I would come on and say that, like, yeah, they're still at it. For those of you who are curious, that, okay, are they still doing it? Are they still, yeah, they are. They're still doing the same thing. Still playing in my son's energy. What do I mean by that? Doing spell work. Baneful spell work. Still doing baneful spell work in my energy. Still stomping around, making noises, and it is 11:27 p.m. Central Standard Time. But that noise is connected to their spells, and that's the part that people don't know. It ain't just them upstairs just stomping or moving stuff. It's connected. Anywho, so let's get a clue here a little bit. Who got some DDBK pertaining to the collective situation? Who did today? What element? What kind of DDBK, daily dose of bad karma, did they manifest? Because remember we had talked about that. I have the sun here. It could be possibly a Leo got some bad karma today, or somebody that got exposed. It says the sun, okay? And what's the number on the card? 13. Oof. That could have been an ending. Then I have Mars. Definitely it could be a fire sign, because we have the sun coming out, and then we have Mars, and we have card number 17. So this could be an Aquarius, a Scorpio, a fire sign. This could be somebody who's like, the fire element is just out of control. That's a part of the issue. They're a bully and forceful. They could have gotten in trouble with the judicial system, or a Libra, or there could have been words exchanged with somebody in the judicial system or a Libra. what element did they receive this DDBK? Whoever receives some bad karma for the continual assaults on them in their children's life, spell work, stalking, interference, you name it. Communication. So the element of air, I have Mercury here. Contracts, documents. That's the intelligence. So this could also be their mind, where words was exchanged. I have Cancer here. There could have been some kind of emotional water. Okay, some emotional heated up conversations took place today. Somebody may, trigger warning, be afflicted. Because remember I said somebody's going to get sick? I think I said it. Because they keep doing shit to cause sickness. These people came for y'all life. They're coming for your life. There's no other way to put it. Though they're trying to make it passive aggressive, that's what they're doing. They're coming for your health and your well-being. So somebody got sick. Somebody could have discovered that they're sick. Okay? Or it could have been just simply a heated, emotional, heated words. Oh, I have Aries here. Okay. Aries could have gotten in trouble. Aries and a Cancer. And there's the air element. Airwaves pertaining to what they did with Capricorn. Or Capricorn could have been involved as well. Earth element. Yeah, because of what they hid, the moon. Disillusions, these secrets, confusion around things that they created. So now they're having to face their worst fear. I have Aquarius, because they hid the fact that they was fucking with an Aquarius. So right now we've got Cancer, Aquarius, Virgo. And then we have the element of Mars. The planet Mars, Sun. And here's the fire element. Uranus. Sagittarius. Oh boy. And Pisces. So some of the players, the main players involved could be a Pisces, Aquarius, Cancer, Aries, Sagittarius, Libra. Yeah. So the DDBK was possibly heated arguments today. Heated emotional arguments with truth maybe coming out about the stuff that's been happening to the collective and why it's been happening. Like the collective was not, lying about the situation. They were not being drama. They were not being extra. They were not just out here trying to get attention. They were not, you see what I'm trying to say? Crazy and just, hormonal and everything that people was trying to spin in the name of keeping a secret. Because some people started to ask the question, why is this stuff happening? Not everybody just going to swallow no bullshit talking about because they off the path of the Lord. Because some of these people been off the path of the Lord their whole time. If you want to, the whole life, if you want to get technical, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So that shit ain't jiving. That was a cover. Could have been about them selling y'all, to these cults that they had these heated conversations about, like, did you pay people to do shit? Were you involved? So your hands could look clean? Did you raise up some little minions, some little proteges to be your little mini demon? to be your abuser by proxy in your absence? And the answer to that is a resounding yep. They wanted the collective, and they wanted us, y'all, to look so bad. Like I promise you that's what this was. That we couldn't get and keep a job. We can't get and keep a relationship. We're fickle. We're all these things. They don't want the truth out that they've been involved with sabotage the whole time. That's why they have to pay people to, spy and go in and do this and that and play these head games, and the bitches and the niggas upstairs and be up there all night and day doing noise spells and all sorts of shit. Yeah, for today, what I noticed, that as long as it was office hours, they weren't making a noise. It could very well be because they left at some point, but it's something that I did notice, which was different than normal, because normally they would be doing this shit no matter what time of the day, and if the office was open or not. But today, I noticed that, as long as the office hours was open, yeah, they're still playing in my energy, and they're still playing in my son's energy. Yes, they're suffering. Somebody's gonna say, are they suffering? But they are. These people they're suffering. They're paying for it. It's just those entities, are driving them, and some of them feel like I said, I think something has happened, and so some of them feel like, well, I'm just gonna act a fool anyway. Then, that's what this is. Collective. I'm not going to be one that says, oh, it's going to, this really helped you. Yeah. Activated you. But what I want to really say is this. Sometimes what's unfortunate about this realm or plane of existence is some folks never get caught, and the truth is never seen until something extreme, until there's a situation that presents that forces the truth about people to come to the surface for everybody. And I think that's what this situation is. People who are used to casting their manipulation, their spells, bribing, bullying, buying, blackmailing. Their way. It forced the ugly to the surface. It forced it. That's kind of what happens when we start setting boundaries with people. There's masculines out there right now that know what I'm talking about. The moment they started putting up boundaries and standing up for themselves with people that were used to getting their way, this is when they started to see the true ugliness of the people that were around them. This is when it forced the mask. The more they said no. The more they stood in their truth or had a boundary or stood up for themselves. it forced these people to get ugly. It forced the ugly to come up. The moment these men started to change and want to become better, and I'm not talking about all these men, I'm talking about the ones who sincerely and truly went through some kind of change. And wanted to become better. That's when they saw just how toxic they friend circle. Because they didn't want to have nothing to do with that. They started possibly bullying these men or threatening these men and all sorts of shit. That's when the truth was revealed. So the point that I'm making is, sometimes, as ugly as it is, it's what forces the truth. As painful, as wrong, as unjust, it forces the truth to the surface. It forces these people to show themselves, because they're gonna be pissed that they can't get their way. They're gonna be kicking and screaming if their manipulation tactics don't work. So it's gonna cause them to do some ugly, nasty shit, even more than they already have. And that's what we're experiencing. Whoever is involved in this stuff is some messed up people. That's the only thing I can say. Like, it's something wrong. Because I can tell you this, collective, I know, in fact, you know, in my case and in your case, if this is you and true for you, we ain't done nothing to warrant no kind of watch lists. We're no criminals, we're no fugitives, we're no radical extreme group. We're not a threat. We're being threatened. We didn't instigate, we simply stood up. We're not the drama queen, but we are facing the drama that the drama queens and kings insist on causing. People always want to call the truth speaker that drama, because they just won't lay down and take it. Let me get going, because like I said, they're up to the same shit. So now I got to do some more clearing. These people are on some kind of drugs. I'm going to say that every day. I'm saying it possibly every day, every other day. I'm going to say it. Because who got the energy to be up all night doing spells and stomping on floors? What regular adult got the time and energy to be doing that?